Allied Health Science Induction Circle and Allied Health Sciences, Professor Musa Enkyo, on behalf of the management and the students of the college, acknowledged and welcomed everyone who graced the occasion. It was the 9th induction ceremony with 47 graduates inducted as medical doctors. The first induction took place on the 15th of March 2015 with 19 medical doctors. It was another remarkable day for the institution as it inducted another set of doctors. God. The College of Medicine has so far produced 405 medical doctors. The provost appreciated the ECWA president, who is also the chairman board of trustee Bingham University, Reverend Dr. Stephen Panyababa, for coming in person to grace the occasion. He also acknowledged Vice Chancellor Bingham University, Professor William Barnabas Quirix, who was represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Dole Johnson, for his enormous support and contribution towards the growth and betterment of the institution. Other individuals acknowledged are the chaplain, Reverend Joseph Diaji, the Registrar of the University, Mrs. Esther J. Diaji, Registrar, Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, Dr. T.A.B. Sanusi, who was represented by his deputy, Dr. Victor Gbenero, Air Komodo, Joseph I. Ogbodo, Professor Stephen A. Anzako, Chief Medical Director of Bingham University Teaching Hospital, Jos, Bingham University staff and lecturers, parents, guardians and sponsors, and the graduates. The provost then admonished the graduates to be careful of choices they would make after the induction, which may in one way or another benefit them or destroy them. The Vice-Chancellor of Bingham University, Professor William Barnabas Quirix, represented by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Dole Johnson, in his remarks at the 10th induction ceremony, said the graduates have been trained in an exceptional way. They are doctors and soldiers for Christ. He added that doctors who have been inducted before are doing wonderfully in their places of duty based on the heartwarming testimonies they have received, and encouraged the new graduates to also do same. He also thanked the academic and non-academic staff of Bingham University for impacting the necessary knowledge into the graduates. The ECWA President and Chairman Board of Trustees Bingham University, Reverend Dr. Stephen Panyababa, in his address appreciated God for the opportunity to be part of the 10th induction ceremony. He said the college was established by an act of God's miracle despite diverse challenges. God has sustained the college by his miraculous acts. He also thanks the Vice-Chancellor of Bingham University and his team for the wonderful leadership, as well as the Provost College of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences and his team, and the past leaders who have served in different capacities. He appreciated them for their contribution and prayed for God's blessings on their lives. The president also appreciated the parents of the graduates who have labored tirelessly for 8 years and have sacrificed so much in order to see their wards acquire their training successfully. And to the graduates, he had this to say.
I will strongly, very strongly advise you to remember that you are going first and foremost as ambassadors of this great institution. And the Nigerian Medical and Dental Council representative is here. They are so concerned that when you go out there, you maintain the highest of medical ethical practice. You should maintain so that all these years of training will not go down the drain. You cannot afford to be careless at this stage of your life. Having said that, I want to say that, honestly speaking, for all our graduates, we are very confident of what we expect from you. Because even from the past, like the Deputy Vice Chancellor has said, we've had very wonderful testimonies of how God is using them to touch the lives of people.
He added that the graduates should not see themselves to use them in everything they do, and through that, God will use them to change many lives and the world at large. Air Commodore Dr. Joseph I. Obodo, a medical elder, in a brief message spoke on interprofessional collaboration field, work together with patients to deliver the highest quality care. The Registrar, Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, Dr. T.A.B. Sanusi, represented by Dr. Victor Benero, said his main purpose of being there is to make sure that the doctors are inducted. He encouraged the graduates to take the professional code of ethics seriously, both theoretically and practically, to avoid being sanctioned. He admonished them not to relent, but to seek knowledge to improve on themselves. He commenced the oath taking with the graduates and further affirmed the oath they had taken. Awards were given to the best graduates who performed well in their academics. Dr. Kojo Dota Hana received the Best Graduating Student Award in Pediatrics. The Echo Women Fellowship International gave an award the Elejo gift. The overall Best Graduating Student Award, representative of the graduating students, Dr. Agi, from the beginning of this journey to the very end. He also thanked everyone who has come to celebrate with them. He especially thanks their families for the physical, spiritual, and financial support they have given them, and also the sacrifices they have made in supporting their dreams. He also appreciated Bingham University, who did not just impact knowledge and skills in them, but inculcated moral and spiritual values in them as well. He thanks their lecturers, academic and non-academic staff for the impact they had made in their lives. The Deputy Vice Chancellor of Bingham University, Professor Dul Johnson, in an interview session, described Bingham University as a unique institution that started with a medical school from its inception compared to other universities. And to the newly inducted doctors, he had this to say.
Remember what this institution stands for, but also because we have had records of excellence, not just in performance in medicine, but in other disciplines that we run in Bingham. I think it's because of the way we have, handled studies in the school, handled discipline, student-staff relationship. There's so many things I think you can say account for the excellence in our production of students.
The Registrar of Bingham University, Mrs. Esther Diagi, described that the 10th induction ceremony was significant to them as an institution.
It means a lot because there are so many universities that have not been able to consistently graduate their students. And for us, the now 400 and something doctors, it means a lot because when you hear the testimonies about our doctors out there, it gladdens our heart. And so having additional ones now means a lot to us. It means that we are progressing. It means that we are growing, and not just growing, but also doing what we ought to do in order to service the community, the Nigerian community at large, so that they will be able to have people that can serve them faithfully. The good thing is Bingham University is a Christian university. We tag ourselves as a university with a difference, and we believe that the number of doctors we graduate are going to be doctors with a difference, because they will do that which is beyond just being doctors. They will also show Christ in whatever they do, because Christ is the central part of our training in Bingham University. Not just training them in the areas of their specialties, but in areas where they can also, as they do it, people will see Christ in them. So it's a very important and very sweet and very happy thing to graduate such young doctors. If you see, they are very, very young, which means that they are going to put all their energies and everything to ensure that they do their work to the glory of God.
Earlier, on the 6th of April 2023, the House of Representatives passed a bill that mandates doctors to practice in Nigeria for 5 years, and the registrar gave the stand of the university on the matter.
Their position is that doctors, before they will be allowed to go out, they must work in the university for particular years. And also, I think they also have this position where they feel that if you are a doctor trained outside, you must come. Sometimes if you don't pass the exams, you have to still go to a proper university setting, do some months or some years, then you are trained now to suit in because our health challenges in Nigeria is different from the health challenge in UK. So I believe their position is okay. The rate at which doctors are living, honestly, is very disheartening. It's very sad. And I believe if they say that, they are saying that with the purpose of having doctors that will attend to people here in Nigeria. Although there are doctors that will tell you no matter what they will pay them out there, they can never leave Nigeria because they believe that they have a responsibility in Nigeria and they are going to do it to the best of their knowledge. They have their reason for saying that because the number that JAPA is too much.
The overall best graduating student, Dr. Paul David Chidera, described the secret behind his success and also advised others who aspire to become doctors in the future.
Success isn't accidental per se. I wouldn't say it's accidental. Nobody happens upon success accidentally. Everybody, you have to work hard. I don't know, some would say they have bogus reading hours. I don't. I just did my best to be consistent through every step of the way. Consistent. When I come back from my lectures, when I come back from ward rounds, I try to revise what I've been taught. Then I try to pay attention when we go for our ward rounds and our clinical sessions. The medical profession that we've been called to is not like other professions really. It's one that requires handling human lives. And when you begin to see people as individuals, it changes your perspective on a lot of things. You do not slack on your reading, you do not slack on attending lectures, you do not slack on attending your ward rounds, because you know one day, at the end of the day, you'll be held accountable to such. So we encourage them to look up to God as the primary focus of all their pursuits.
Stakeholders in the health sector have expressed their alarm at the rate of Nigerian doctors trooping abroad in search of greener pastures. Dr. Paul Chidera has this to say concerning the matter.
The situation of brain drain currently is outstanding. Every day we're losing doctors, as we all know. But I think more importantly, it's important to lean on God's direction. It's important to lean on God's direction. It's not all about looking for greener pastures. We can understand how it's important for people to go out and search for their daily bread. But Nigeria needs us too. And I just pray that before we take any serious decisions, we take time to reflect and ask God what He wants us to do before we do so.
One of the graduates' parents, Mr. Polinius Ikunife, expressed his joy after the award have gone through 8 years of training and are being inducted. He prayed that as they begin their journey as doctors, God will see them through.
Total journey, for that matter. We try to see this boy through all these 8 years they have spent in Bingham. But today God has seen us through. Oh, those boys, they have really worked hard. And I'm praying that God will see them through their career. So as they continue this journey towards their career path, God will help them. God will elevate them. God will give them good job so that I can be able to forge ahead.
In another development, the Just DCC held a council meeting from the 10th of May, closing the 12th of May with this communique.
A communique issued at the end of the 37th Evangelical Church Winning All ECWA, Jos District Church Council meeting held from May 10th to 12th, 2013 at the ECWA Jos DCC Secretariat, plot 240 Rukuba Road, Jos. The Evangelical Church Winning All ECWA, Jos District Church Council, held her 37th District Church Council meeting with emphasis on ministry for performance with a view to assessing how the church has fared, taking note of achievements and challenges encountered as the year 2023 unfolds. In addition, the council reflected on the need for the church to respond theologically and pragmatically to issues facing the DCC and the Church of Christ at large. The council meeting had in attendance members of the ECWA Jos District Executive, local overseers, secretaries and delegates from all the 13 local church councils, and heads of units of the DCC. The council deliberated on contemporary issues affecting the DCC and the society at large. In the course of deliberation, council members at the meeting noted the following among issues: appreciation and condolences. The council appreciated the effort of the DCC executive, pastors, and elders of the various LCs who had remained faithful in their service to God. The council condoled with the families of members in ECWA Jos DCC whom the Lord God has called to rest, along with those who had several misfortunes and losses. 2, elections/appointments. The council was informed that during the 70th General Church Council, ended in April 2023, held in the ECWA International Conference Center, Jos, the following emerged elected: ECWA Vice President, Reverend Stephen Sunday Ajishe, was re-elected for a second term of 3 years in office unopposed. 2, ECWA General Secretary, Reverend Ayuba Asheshe, Chairman ECWA Bukuru DCC, was newly elected to serve for a first term of 3 years in office. 3, Trustee Zone 2, Reverend Michael Adomu was elected as trustee for the first tenure of 10 years for Gada Zone. Trustee Zone 6, Reverend Dr. Isaac B. Ladarji was elected as trustee for the first tenure of 10 years of Northeast 1. The GCC appointed a new director in charge of Radio Elwa in the person of Reverend Dr. Abel Dauji from Gada Zone. 3, 2023 ECWA theme. The theme, Occupy Till I Come, as is taken from Luke chapter 19, verse 13. Council was encouraged to employ the local churches to imbibe contextual and practical approach to preaching and teaching the theme, since the DCC is the center of business activities in the states. 4, a call for spiritual unity. The council was called upon to develop and maintain spiritual unity in order to promote healthy ministers and ministry in the churches. 5, ECWA Church pulpits. The General Church Council approved that each local church should have an altar and a stand. The altar is for preaching, while the stand for visiting members and non-clergy for announcements and other functions. 6, church ministry. In assessing the performance of church ministry within the district, council resolved that mentor-mentee relationship be employed by pastors and church elders for effective discipleship. Furthermore, the council agreed to emphasize the leadership training and youth ministry focus. 7, missions/evangelism. Council echoed the need to continue to reach out with the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ and to actively partake in urban church planting. As a church with a mandate to win all people for Jesus Christ, Council resolved to continue encouraging spirited members to give for the work of missions in and out of the country. Hence, the 18th June 2023 has been approved by the Council for second offering to support the Herculean task of church planting in USA DCC. 8, financial update. The Council was presented with the 2022 financial position statement and the audit report. The Council ratified the financial prudence of the DCC. Now, local churches within the DCC to support any community health facility established by ECWA within their vicinity and explore areas where new ECWA clinics can be established. This is with a view to encourage effective and efficient healthcare delivery, social evangelism, and the advancement of Christ's kingdom here on earth. 10. New DCC/LCC creation. A new DCC to be known and called as ECWA Jos Central DCC was approved by the General Church Council. The new DCC is to be carved out of present ECWA Jos DCC, although the approval was subjected to ECWA Jos DCC opening a bank account for the DCC and deposit the sum of 10 million, an additional LCC to be created to make the total of 14 LCCs. The Council resolved that the following new LCCs will be created for the church growth. 1. Rija LCC. 2. Laranto LCC. 3. Alheri LCC. 4. Angwanyashi LCC. 5. Janta Adomu LCC. And 6. Nabor Hall LCC, and as well as Alheri LCC. 11. ECWA Plateau Church. The DCC executive were glad to inform the council on the final settlements of the matter, which has lingered for 2 to 3 years in court. In addition, the council that 4th June 2023 has been resolved as a Thanksgiving worship service in the church where the executive of ECWA, trustees of ECWA, DCC executive, and the LCC executive and the general public will be attending. 12. Appraisal of the 2023 general elections. The council commended the nation for a peaceful and successful general elections into the positions of president, governors, houses of assembly elections. The council prayed that the church, being strategic in the affairs of the country, be loyal to constituted authority and stated in Romans chapter 13, verse 1. However, the council observed with great dismay the incessant insecurity that had elapsed before and during the election has resurfaced, hence the security organs to live up to their responsibilities. The council calls upon the various tribunals to exercise justice and fair play. 13. Good governance. The council is calling on the incoming government to be all-inclusive in its selections and appointments of leaders of various organs, which includes National Assembly, federal executive members, national security chiefs, state assemblies, state executive members, and political appointees. With this, therefore, we are trusting God that Nigeria will continue to thrive as we look up unto God. Long live ECWA Jos DCC. Long live Evangelical Church Winning All ECWA. Long live Plateau State. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
After the meeting, some officials had this to say.
We are grateful to God that we have opportunity like this for council meeting where delegates from our LCCs, 13 LCCs, are represented in this DCC council meeting. The DCC council meeting provides us opportunity to hear reports coming from the ECWA General Church Council, We also have opportunity to deliberate on issues that borders on the vision and mission of ECWA Just DCC, and also to take decisions and make resolutions as to how to move the Church of God forward. So I'm very happy to be a part of this 37th DCC Council meeting, and I pray that the resolutions will be carried out to its fullest for the growth of the church.
For the past few days, we've been here regarding to meet to discuss on matters affecting the ECWA Just DCC. And so far, so good. We've deliberated on so many issues that have to do with the spiritual aspect of members in Just DCC and other ways to improve on the spiritual growth of the churches. And so far, the deliberation has been so fruitful and good, and it has come to this level. We thank God for everything, that all that we have received from them here, it will be passed to other members so that we'll go on with the worship of God the way it should be.
The ECWA Just DCC Council has come and gone, and we are glad to the Lord for the privilege we have to come and to respond theologically to the issues that are confronting us as communities, as a church, and we have done our best to respond to these issues to ensure that things are responded to in a theological manner that will honor God and to bring about the common good of the church.